I saw something today that made me the craziest I've been in a very long time. So angry, so quick.
Oh, like mad crazy.
Oh, angry. The word was mompreneur. So, they've taken
No.
mom and entrepreneur,
Oh, and then mashed it.
smashed it together.
Smash.
As far as I'm aware, the cunt just makes TikToks. I think that's it. She came up on like it was on Instagram, you know, the reels.
Yeah.
I was like flicking through,
my favourite place.
and it was like the thing that came up at the top was just like things people ask me about my fangs, and I was like,
My fangs?
your fangs?
Is that
What
like
are you talking about?
fancy Gen Z word for foot?
No,
She's
teeth.
talking about her.
No,
I was talking about her actual teeth.
aye, actual teeth. And it was that one, you know, the one that's like boom, pa, 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 pa,
Bam.
bam,
Oh,
bam,
and
bam.
they do all the like
Like,
like they're doing the Macarena.
that shite. So she was like answering questions, and like everyone was like, are your teeth real? Obviously. And then they were like, how much did they cost?
You
Didn't tell you
vampire.
that. She was like, can they break the skin? Yeah. Shite like that. And I was like, well, this is an interesting human being.
Oh, I love those ones. See those ones when you're like on reels and they're so interested enough to like click their profile.
Yeah. She's not interesting. She was just strange. She had fangs. I was like, well, now I need to know your story. And that was the first thing I saw was mompreneur. And I was like, get lost. I actually wrote down that word in my notes just so I could start with it.
Just so you could actually
Because I was
talk
like,
about it.
I need to get this out ASAP.
I can't even. How'd you say it?
Mompreneur.
Mompreneur.
I think that's how she said it. Oh,
Well,
I'll
I
not
mean-
be able to find her again, will I?
Well, she wrote it down.
No, I wrote the word down, but I wrote down something that made sense in my head.
So she had actual like fangs for teeth.
Aye.
That's nuts. So is that like a? Is that like? I mean, were they like cosmetically done, or does she have actual fangs? Like, is this a
They
real
were
life
cosmetically done, because one of the questions was, oh, how much did it cost to get them done? I was like,
vampire?
"So I'm not telling you." I was like,
I'm not telling you. All right. Did
missed that
herself.
question out. Like, this is
Don't include that.
dumb. But it made me, like, straight up. I got home from the gym and I was like on the toilet. I was like flicking. I do most of my thinking, most of my research for the show.
It's like, what will I come across today?
And there she was, fucking Lady Fangs, whatever her
There
fucking
she
name
was, just walking down the street singing hello and welcome to another episode of Dead End Friends podcast.
Is that the extended version?
It's the B-side.
It's the remix.
This is the weird dudes who don't know anything talk about everything. This week it is actually just the two of us.
It is.
We've had 2 episodes.
Feels weird.
It does feel weird.
It's like we took a break and we're back on.
Yeah, we're back on it. And this is like
We did couples therapy with Blanket. Sam.
2 very, very different therapists.
Very different therapists.
Very fucking different therapists.
It's like good cop, bad cop, but just good therapy, bad therapy.
Like, go to this therapy if you actually want to learn something about yourself, about how you're wrong all the time, and then go to this therapy where you're going to leave with more questions about your morality.
Probably more problems. You know, like that grid that people used to do. It was like, oh, neutral good and like neutral chaotic and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sammy is neutral good,
Yeah.
and like Blanket is just
The bottom.
bad chaotic. He's just all over the place. I hope you enjoyed those episodes because we enjoyed them.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing them. We'll definitely be bringing on some more people and expanding that out a wee bit more. Definitely bringing in more insane people like Blanket, because it was just so entertaining. Like, I felt like we just kind of sat back.
I didn't say much. It was
No,
great.
It was
I
just
was like
right, Matthew. On you go,
we
pal.
basically started this podcast to talk to each other more, and now all we want to do is not talk to each other and just listen to other people. Full
yeah,
circle.
Please continue.
This
to
is
talk.
done in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Right. Remember to do all the subscribing, do all the sharing and stuff. Follow us on Instagram at Dead End Friends Podcast. We're still taking in some ideas for conspiracies and stuff. We've still got people sending them in, which is fucking great. I love everyone sending stuff in. I do read them. I promise I do.
I don't.
Whether or not we'll talk about them That's another question.
Yeah, if your ideas are whack, we're
I'm
not bringing them up.
I'm not doing any conspiracies this week. I've read too many. There's too many in my brain. I need to pick one and then stick to that one for like the next episode. So no conspiracies this week, but keep sending them in because I do actually.
It's good to have them in the bank, you know, like just in case.
I put them away for another day. Anyway, my name is Craig Jemison.
And I'm Gary Gordon.
I feel like I don't know what to do.
You're looking a bit cagey today. What's up with you?
I don't know.
You're just
I don't know. Just a bit tired.
It's a Thursday, innit?
We do this every Thursday.
I know, but today's a Thursday.
It is a proper Thursday. It is also the day after Gary's birthday, hence the decorations in the background.
I'm 29 and I wanna die.
I was really sad when I realised that like the day we were recording was the day after, and we couldn't. Because I was like, if it was your birthday, we could have went like fucking blow
I don't
out.
work on my birthday. Do you think I'm gonna fucking do this shite?
Oh, what?
No.
Next year will be your 30th.
Next year will be my 30th.
And that'll be on a Thursday. So if we still exist and we still record on a Thursday, you're for sure recording an episode on your 30th birthday.
Oh, God.
We'll do something mega.
It's gonna be a live suicide. It's gonna be shite. It's gonna be you and I'm just gonna be swinging from the back.
Please just ignore the backdrop this week.
It's interactive.
Yeah. That fucking sounds good to me, man.
God.
You've just creeped into the last year of your 20s.
Last year of my 20s.
Just think of how much you've accomplished in your 20s.
Absolutely none. Nothing.
So
what have I accomplished?
You came in your 20s. You got the job in the hotel in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2021?
2021. Yeah.
2021? This year. And then, you worked in the hotel and then became an actual barber.
Yeah.
And now you work in a cool barber shop.
Mm-hmm.
You got more tattoos. And then you started this podcast.
Yep, that's everyone else's checklist, I'm sure.
Well, no, you bought a house.
I bought a house. That
You
was
did,
kinda
but you
cool.
did buy a house.
I can nearly drive.
Yeah, you can drive. You just haven't passed the test that says you're allowed to drive.
I've got like 6 weeks until my fucking test.
That's so fucking gross.
Yeah, I need to move it. If I can get an earlier one, I will.
My uncle is an examiner in Irvine.
Will it take 20 quid just to pass me?
Probably is also a Hun, so he probably would.
Yes. One of my tribe. The wee Ara people.
I feel like there's such a nicer, calming energy for this podcast today. I feel a lot more kind of like level.
This is like that After Dark episode we did. That one time we did an After Dark episode. Because we were like, After Dark. Because it's like 9 p.m. And then it's like, that's just the time we do it now. Like, I don't know how that happened.
Oh, yeah, because when we first started doing it, we did it in like the afternoon.
Yeah.
Well,
because I wasn't working. And then I instantly went back to work 3 weeks after we started to.
And we were like, right, fuck, what do we do now?
Now what?
So,
because we'd already decided that Tuesday was the day.
Oh, did we do
out.
it on a Tuesday? We record on a Tuesday?
No, we recorded on a Thursday still. But we decided we were going to put it out on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I only get Mondays and Tuesdays off. Monday was too much work for you to do.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, that was just the audio.
I know. Now it's video as well. Kidding.
Don't know why I did that.
Ridiculous.
What a mistake.
Absolute mistake.
Too much work.
But aye, that's it. Worked in a hotel, worked in a barber shop, got some sick fucking tough stickers. A TATT daddy. Bought a gaff.
TATT daddy.
Didn't crash a car. Cool.
Didn't crash the car. Well, your car did get panned in.
Car did get panned in. That was unrelated.
Yeah, you weren't.
That was nothing I did.
It wasn't aiming anywhere near you at the time.
No, it was away. But aye, it's weird. Like today is obviously like the first day after my birthday. That's a stupid thing to say. Obviously it is. But it's like today I didn't get a chance to stop really. I ended up just doing stuff all day and like just fucking boring shit. Like went on a driving lesson, went to the gym, I did housework, And like, I didn't really get a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, all I need to do is go into town and pick up a few bits and bobs for Shanna's birthday, which is the funniest thing in the entire world. So obviously, this is going to come out the day after her birthday.
Yes.
All of the presents are in my house currently, and every single present is hiding in plain sight. Like, they aren't even put away. They're just out. Like,
How did she not notice?
I don't want to say she's stupid, but maybe.
She's just not aware of her surroundings.
Yeah,
That's the nicest way to put it.
Do you know the thing is? She's been in all of the spaces that the things are.
Are you like sweating? As soon as she starts walking towards it, you're like...
No, because I put them there on purpose.
Like,
Because I knew she wouldn't see them.
she's just like like fucking tunnel vision.
It's
Like she's like you put like a fucking new record player like in the sink, being like, I do the dishes.
She's in the place of the old record player.
She's not gonna notice that.
I put a box in the cupboard.
Right.
Like, a cupboard she goes into all the time.
Yeah, because you only have one cupboard.
No. We've got in the fucking kitchen.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the kitchen cupboards. Fucking hundreds of them. But I put it in with the one with like the vegan Nutella and like the rice cakes, because that's been a new thing lately. It's just rice cakes.
Rice
and
cakes with Nutella?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we literally had that last night.
It's so good.
Hold on, see regular Nutella.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll let you go back to your story. Regular Nutella isn't vegan.
It's got milk in it.
Has it?
Yes.
I thought it was literally just like ground up hazelnuts.
It's got milk in it. Anyway, we got some vegan stuff from Aldi. Shout out the boys in Aldi.
Yeah.
And it's just in the top shelf. Like, that's not even bothered. There's like, I got like candles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the usual stuff you just fill up a present with.
Yeah.
They're all just sat there.
Just
She's no notice. It's genuinely amazing.
But I think it's also like, you also need to bear in mind that like, as much as you've been there, what, like 2.5 months?
Yeah.
Every time I go over, there's a new box in your living room.
It's probably not that it's a new box. It's just it moved from a different space. It's the same boxes.
Like, you're still kind of living out of boxes. So
Well,
she's
the only
probably just like,
no,
oh, that's
the
another
only
box.
boxes that are in the living room are just full of records,
Yeah.
which is where some of our presents are. It's amazing.
Did you buy a new record and then put it in with the other records?
I have done. It hasn't arrived yet, but it's in with the other ones, and obviously she's not noticed. It's class, absolutely class. I got the what's it called? Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Like soundtrack. 'Cause it's sick.
Is that the one that like it won like fucking mad awards and nobody saw the film? Is that one with George Clooney? Like, George Clooney didn't actually sing
I
on
think it's a Coen Brothers film.
I think you're right.
It's really good. I've never seen it. It's Shannon's favourite film.
Oh, really?
That and like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I've never seen that
I've
one.
never seen either. So, but I've seen that one and it had a soundtrack, so I bought that one. But it's got a soundtrack that's actually good that I know she listens to on the reg.
I
So
have
was like,
one soundtrack record,
yeah?
and it is the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack.
Cool.
Like, the movie.
Is it like OST or is it like got songs that you
Oh,
know?
no, it's got bangers on it.
I bet it does.
It's got bangers. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's the cusp of the 90s, so like, trance hadn't quite come in. Trance and rave hadn't quite come in yet.
No.
Everybody was still kind of reeling off of like the Purple Rain album. Because I'm sure that was like 88.
Still. Even still.
Oh man, it's great. There's some proper. There is some stuff that's just like, it's just a bop because they like put it in like a scene with the fucking ninja guys and shit. Not the Turtles, the other ones. What's the wee guys called? The Foot Clan. Like, they just put it in because they're all like playing fucking pinball and shit. I love that film so much.
I don't remember the last time I actually watched it.
It's one of my favourite films.
That doesn't surprise me about you.
I had it on VHS, and I'm pretty sure I burnt that VHS out. I'm sure I warped the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, that was a weird thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Here's a product. Watch it. Not too much. Not too much.
Don't use it too much and you will.
Don't enjoy
fucking
this thing that
destroy
you
it.
paid your money for because it might break.
I got that in a car boot sale. My
Good find.
primary school. I mean, this is back in the day. My primary school used to have like car boot sales in the playground every so often, and somebody had it there, and it was like fucking 20p or whatever.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, this was in the 90s.
Yeah.
It came out in the 90s, and it was in the 90s. I think I was like 8.
Money
My
was
mum gave-
nothing in the 90s though.
My mum gave me like £2, and I went home with like a fucking swag bag of shit.
Wait,
Do you know what I mean?
in the 90s, you were 8. Were you not born in 1993, so it was 2001?
Whatever.
Wait, does that math even make sense?
Yes.
Whew.
Blanket's not here to check for us. The human calculator's not here for us this week. But yeah, so it's just like fucking that. Between that, what was it? There was one other fucking VHS that I watched the shit out of. I think it was Aladdin. Oh shit! I know I said I wasn't gonna bring up any conspiracy theories, right? But this isn't really a conspiracy theory. This is a theory about Aladdin, right?
Okay.
So what if I told you that Aladdin had the Infinity Gauntlet before Thanos ever knew what it was?
I would come back to you and say, I've never seen Aladdin. So
Straight up, you don't need to see it because it was actually in the TV show. So Aladdin the film came out, and
it was a
like,
TV show.
Yeah. So Aladdin the film came out, and it was popping. I
know the song.
I loved that film. That was the other
Whole New
one.
World.
I fast forwarded that one. That one was fucking horseshit. See the one
I
before?
think I sang that when I was at school.
Of course you did.
I had to. It was punk.
Were you Jasmine or were you Aladdin?
I was Aladdin. I was the fucking
Yeah, the
Aladdin.
fucking Aladdin.
Jasmine. I'm pretty sure she's like 13 in that film. That's not a thing we can say. I was 13 at the time. Fuck it, is what it is.
Exactly.
All good.
You're all good, man. What was I saying? Oh, Aladdin had the Infinity Gauntlet. Right, so Aladdin the film, dope. I loved it. Because it was popping, they did like a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Did they
still it was still the cartoon.
Did it have the big man in it?
No, I didn't. I don't think it had any of the original cast. So
No Robin Williams?
Nah, no Robin Williams.
Why are you watching it?
Nothing else to do. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was finished. Aladdin just happened to also be on. So, there is an episode of the Aladdin TV show where Aladdin finds a glove like apparatus, which is honestly fucking identical to the Infinity Gauntlet. Let me get it up and I'll show you. And even when he uses it, there's one bit in it where he uses like a kind of like, he's shooting something out of it, which kind of looks like something that Thanos does with the Mind Stone, where he like kind of blasts fucking shit at people. And there's another that he can use it to warp reality, like the Reality Stone. So Aladdin had the fucking Infinity Gauntlet before Thanos did.
And Marvel is owned by Disney.
Bro. Is Aladdin Thanos? Maybe Aladdin is like a Thanos variant. If you're going by like Loki, maybe Aladdin is Thanos in another fucking dimension. That means Jafar is Iron Man.
Show me the fucking photograph, please. Before
Right,
I humour this anymore.
Aladdin. I'm actually just going to have to write Infinity Gauntlet. Because I don't know what it's called.
Surely someone else has spoke about it. If you are dumb enough to fucking talk about it,
Excuse me.
someone else has done it.
Bro, you tell me that is not the Infinity Gauntlet.
Okay, maybe
Bro.
it is. Yo, deep.
Bro.
Yeah, it kinda is.
It's the... No, not kinda. It's the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. Look! Aladdin is Thanos. Take that to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Cash in, bro.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So that's what I've been thinking about this week. How Aladdin was...
I think
Why was I talking about Aladdin?
Talk about VHS.
That was another one that I'm pretty sure I burnt out. I loved that fucking
The only
movie when I was a kid.
VHS I watched, there was 2 again. Obviously, it's a magic number.
Mhm.
It's not 3 years.
There was also a third.
Well, there was only 2 for me. So, no, there wasn't. There was 3. There was Grease. I fucking
Of course.
loved Grease.
I have never seen it.
What?
No.
I used to watch it every night.
Well, like go to sleep.
Yeah. And then the nights I didn't watch that, I had a Looney Tunes VHS. It was Duck Rogers.
Yes.
It was sick.
I fucking love Duck Rogers.
And then the last one I watched was always Hercules. Like the
The cartoon Hercules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember
Like,
watching.
I'm
I
in love
watched
with
that a
you.
couple of times when I was a kid.
A couple of times. I watched it all the times.
All times.
All the
A
times.
times.
But yeah.
My other one was the Iron Giant.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Sounds sad.
it's so good. Just like Vin Diesel as Groot, but as a big giant.
It's the same film in it. The same thing. Same character.
Yep. Jennifer
Wow.
Aniston's the mum in it. I mean, it's a cartoon, but
Not interested then. Just no interest.
nah, her voice is there.
Come.
When you're a kid, you're like, ooh.
Ooh. I think that's why I liked fucking what's her face, Megara from Hercules,
All right.
because she sounded like she smoked 40 fags a day. I don't need a hero, whatever the fuck it was she said.
I don't know, bro. You're the one that watched it fucking every day.
Die when I was away. 29 now. We spoke about this. Like 20. Oh, it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's so shy.
20 years ago. You know what the hit song was 20 years ago? Ma la 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 la. I just can't get you out of my head. That song's 20 years old. I fucking love that
That's
song.
gross. Yeah, me too. You know it was number one when you were born?
No. I don't actually.
Mine was Achy Breaky Heart.
Oh, that is a fucking
And
good one.
Every time I've looked it up, I think Achy Breaky Heart was number one in America. And then here was Ace of Base. Can't remember the name of the
Ace
song.
of Base.
Yeah. You would,
Right. What do you search? Number one
number
song.
one
Number one song.
in September 1992. 92. Let's see what comes out for me.
Oh, bro. Mine is a fucking banger.
Yeah?
Yep. Man, it was there for weeks.
This is a different thing again. They need to stop messing with me.
Oh, the UK.
Oh wait. Oh no,
Oh,
this is the indie chart. Get away with that.
The indie chart.
The indie chart. The
Nah.
indie, it was Ebenezer Good by the Shaman.
I do know.
He's a good. He's a good. He's a good. He just wanted to say "he's a good" on the radio, like, as in ecstasy is good.
Ah.
So he Ebenezer are good. Ebenezer Good. Hilarious.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
Mine
that's the
was-
indie chart.
Mine was "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston.
Ooh,
That's
that is a good
good
one.
one.
That is a good one. Is this America? Oh my god. Because it's saying it's Boys to Men.
What song though?
It says
Boys to Men, ABC, DVD.
oh no, it's gone away.
Aye.
End of the Road.
I don't know that one.
I don't know either.
What's the one? What's the fucking? There's that one Boys to Men song that I know. You know the one that the guys that saw with Sunny sing? Oh, they do like a fucking acapella. I mean, like they do Boys to Men as the gang, or the gang as Boys to Men. What's the fucking song again? Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts.
I don't know, man.
That song does bang, even without the gang.
Right, hold on. I need to find out what it is now. I'm getting so wound up about this. Like,
It's not that hard.
it's saying Ebenezer Good. I've been to like a million different websites already.
When's your birthday?
September 1992. Yesterday. 29 years ago. Yesterday.
Right, I found a website that seems pretty simple to do.
Well, it's saying the Shaman. So both the things I said apparently were wrong, which means my parents have lied to me.
Is it Rhythm as a Dancer by Snap?
No, because that was a week before.
Went to number one in the UK on August 8th, 1992 for 6 weeks. That covers your birthday, right?
No. August is like a 5-week month.
I'm not going to actually go and look, but nah, it definitely does.
Research. This is why I don't fact checks. It takes too much time.
Nah, surely that is number one song on September 16th, which is today. So yesterday would have been the fucking same. And it was Rhythm as a Dancer by Snap.
Every website's telling me something different.
But that says UK #1 song on September 16, 1992 was Rhythm as a Dancer by Snap.
I'm going to take your word for it, man.
Bro, it's not my word. It's the word of this thing.
Look, it's your word. I'll take your word for it.
Fuck me, dude.
But anyway, I worked in a hotel. That's all I've done in my life. I wish I'd done something fun.
Like
you know,
what?
like, I don't know, like, anything. Literally anything.
Well, you look back in the last 9 years.
Right.
Let's go on it. Remember we used to do this? We used to talk about like serious shit on this podcast.
Yeah, sometimes.
So let's do this. You look back on the last 9 years of your life. So when you crept in at 20, you're like, oh fuck, is my teens over? And now you're about to creep out of your 20s.
You trying to talk about serious things? You trying to make me cry?
About both. So you look back on the last 9 years of your life on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
What are 5 things that you can say, I am proud of that? Take your time. We've got another hour.
Next 5 things that I've done in the last 9 years.
The thing is though, is they don't need to be massive. It's the thing that you need to remember about your life is not everything needs to be a big thing. Like one big thing to another person isn't necessarily big to you.
That's
so
true.
in your head you could be like, I'm so fucking proud of that, and then somebody else will look at it and just be a bit like,
dork.
But what did you do? You cleaned your car.
Yeah. Well, I started my career.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty cool thing. Like,
Yeah.
2014, I decided that, well, I got into college and I went and did all that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big thing, right?
Yeah. Because it's something that you're good at. It is.
Something I'm alright at.
Nah, you're good at.
People think I'm better than I am. I'm okay with that. I'll take money off people for...
Stop putting yourself down, man. I don't like
I'm
it.
not putting myself down. I know that I can be better at it.
Did you get socks to fit? Or you folded those down?
Nah, they're folded down.
You tricked me. You straight
See?
up tricked me. Like
I got good at it.
It looks the part. Sorry, continue.
No, I am good at it. I enjoy my job, but more than half of my job is customer service.
Yeah.
I've worked with people forever, so like that's fine.
Maybe that's the thing that you can look at though. Like that's the thing that you know you're really good at.
Yeah,
Like you can trim people up and you can make them look good, but then they're also going to leave satisfied with not only their cut, but they're going to be left satisfied with the service that they receive from you as a person.
It's a super dorky way of looking at it, but like I've always said that I work in like the feel good industry because I do make people feel good, you know, and making someone feel good isn't always a nice haircut. Sometimes it's just listening.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's having a laugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's saying something stupid that they go away thinking about, like, and I think that's a really important part of my job, because my job is to make people like less hairy than when they came in.
Yeah.
Which is a weird job.
It's a weird concept.
Yeah, people pay me money to take hair off their body.
Yeah.
Strange. Like that's so strange.
But it's also been a thing for hundreds of years.
Oh, it's one of the oldest industries in the entire world.
There you go.
There's more tombs in ancient Egypt for hairdressers than there is high priests.
Damn.
We were regarded as like high up. It's like you even go back to like the Greeks and the Romans. I know it's all the same sort of time, but like they were doing stuff with their hair. They were permanent. You know, they used twigs and honey.
Really?
Yeah, just to kind of get that curl in, keep it in there.
Did you learn this shit in college?
No, I got really nerdy about
Really
my
dorky.
job, and I learned little bits about it because it is really interesting. It's been around literally for all of civilization.
Yeah.
All of civilization has needed at some point some sort of preening.
There's like two things that you know for certain for the rest of this life. There's going to be two fucking jobs going. There's going to be barbers and there's going to be fucking undertakers. Because
That
people
was
need their hair cut and people are going to die.
That was another thing I almost got into.
I couldn't be your pal if you were dealing with dead bodies.
So my dad's like best mate, Big Murph. he used to be an undertaker,
Mm-hmm.
working an undertaker's, and it was always in like the main road in Bridgeton, and I'd go in like Considine's, it was called.
Right.
I'd go in, and I'd play in the cupboards. It was just coffins, like just coffins, just like standing on end. I'd go in and like play in the cupboards, and like they would always.
So you tell me you would go into this place.
I was an actual child, though. You need to remember this.
And you would go and play hide and seek in the cupboards.
Yes,
But the cupboards were, in fact,
coffins. Yes, yes, they were coffins. But it was. I didn't know any better. I was a fucking child. But like they would stand, and they'd stand like this, with their thumbs. Like
well, the dead
touching.
bodies in the coffins.
No, the Undertaker's dickhead. Like they would stand, and I'd like stand next to them.
Oh, yeah, you would play the part.
Yeah, I'd play the part.
Yeah.
And I think the guy's name was Willie, Bully. And he was like, "Oh, there's always a job for you when you grow up," kind of thing. And then I did seriously consider not working in his place because, not ironically, maybe ironically, died. Like
a regular human being.
like a regular human being.
He
yeah.
died.
Yeah, no, Undertakers live forever.
Only one
it's
has.
it's part of the contract. You'd now have to live forever. Ah, god damn it. But I considered it because I was going to be in a job, you know.
There's always going to be money.
It's pretty evergreen. Like,
Well,
like,
the bodies do eventually turn green, yes.
yes, eventually. So it'd have been fine. I think I could deal with it. I think.
I think everybody can from the outside. And then you go in and then you need to like embalm a body.
I've seen a couple of dead bodies though, so I'm like,
What?
that, you know, it'd be like an open like casket or open.
Like family members.
That were the dead.
Still family members, man. I think men just like random bodies.
It's like all those people are chopped up.
No, because there's a difference between like a random dead body and like your family
No,
member's
of
body. Because you look at your family
Of
member's body and
course.
be like, oh, the memories.
But at the same
That
time,
was a person.
it's still a dead body. Like they don't look the same.
Yeah, it's still gross.
You know.
I think I've only ever seen. Have I actually seen one? See, now that I think about it. 'Cause my family aren't Catholic. That's a Catholic thing, isn't it?
My family aren't Catholic either.
You went to Catholic schools.
Yeah, tell me I'm Catholic. They were closest.
Is that not a Catholic thing?
Closest to my house? No, no. It's just a thing you can ask for.
Have I seen a fucking body? I'll phone my mum. My mum will know. Like, ma'am,
Please,
ma'am,
please, tell me.
have I seen a body?
That's dead. I'm sure you've seen a body.
Have I?
Maybe. But aye, so that was the other thing I was going to get into, but I didn't because
Undertaker, hairdresser. Practically the same job.
I mean sometimes you have to cut the hair.
Do you think all Undertakers need to be like trained barbers?
Nah.
Because it's just
they're not
like
get-
it's
they're
a
not
hack
getting-
job.
Yeah, they're not getting any complaints. Let's face it, it's fine.
Like there's no dead bodies walking in, but all right, man, can I get a skin fade this week? Shot back inside,
Fresh till
mate.
dead.
Yeah,
Oh, nah, sorry, big man. Sorry. No. Yeah, so I started my career. That's
Mhm.
one thing I've done in my life.
I don't ask for your entire life.
Well,
Just
my 20s.
In your
My
20s.
So 20s.
Let's remember, you've only turned 29. You still have another year to go until you're no longer in your 20s.
Yeah, but we're asking about things that I've done in my 20s. I'm not going to do anything this year. Like, maybe pass my test.
Right.
Right.
So that's one. You got another 4 to go. Excuse me.
I don't have 4 to go. We released music on vinyl.
We did.
I was in my 20s.
I've got 3 of them over there.
I think I've got one. I've got one in a test pressing.
Have you got one of the tests?
Aye, I've still got my test pressing.
I don't know where that. I don't know what happened to mine. I really don't.
So that's 2 things. Because that's cool.
Yeah.
It was always like the pinnacle. Like I was like when the resurgence of vinyl came back around, I was like, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to have that. Like,
Yeah, just to like hold on to.
Yeah.
Like I hold that quite close as well. See, because I did like all the artwork and stuff for it as well.
Yeah.
Like I spent fucking so much time doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
like-
remember I paid 130 quid to a guy to do the artwork, and then you were like, "Oh, see when we re-release this, I'm gonna do it myself." And I was like,
Can you tell me, was the guy 130 quid better than mine?
it was different.
Is he still your mate? You just don't want to say.
He's never been my mate. He's always been someone I've known on the internet.
Right,
That's
okay.
how weird the internet is. But he's worked for like big bands.
Right.
He's worked for Deftones. I don't remember. He worked for Coca-Cola. He worked for
I've
like
never heard that band.
Coca-Cola. They had a really good EP once. But he's worked for lots of big bands and like done graphic design forever.
Yeah, like he made the logos and stuff, and we used those
Yeah.
for a real long time.
We did.
Do you know what I mean? Because we
Still
did
have the
that.
T-shirt with that on it.
Because we did it as like, was it like the 4 seasons? So each wee symbol represented
A different season.
a season. We put so much thought into our music. back in the
We
day.
used to.
We cared.
We did. But we even cared like more recently as well with like Monologue and like Final Scene.
That
as
wasn't
much as,
recent,
like,
man. That was 3 years ago. when the fuck? Right, let me just do
Yeah,
this.
it was
Let
3 years
let
ago.
let me just do this because we actually
And we
we
wrote those songs years before we recorded them.
that's what I was gonna say. We actually released. Technically, we released. Fuck, let me find it. One of them before we released it officially. If you remember this. No, we did. We released Final Scene on a benefit compilation for Struggle Town Records before we re-recorded it and released it with Creep.
Fucking did we?
Yes.
Oh my god. That was
So-
probably a way better version of that song as well.
So that was released June 16th, 2016. Let me find it.
Oh my god.
2016. It was 5 years ago. Is it not in here anymore? Did they take us out because it was so bad? I'm sure we were on here.
Oh,
There it is. Found it. We're number 42. It's a big thing. But yeah, it was.
Oh my god. I can't believe that. I forgot that was a thing.
It is definitely a better version, by the way. Because we recorded it with Paul at 45.
Oh god.
So we released Final Scene. So that means Monologue at least was also written around that time.
Well, I remember we were playing those songs long before we even recorded them.
Yeah. And I mean, Creep came after Final Scene and
Absolutely.
Monologue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Creep was quite long after, and then for whatever reason we just threw the three of those into one thing and then released it.
I don't know.
Again, didn't really put a lot of thought into it. But see,
But
like
Final Scene and Monologue I did though.
you put a lot
Because
of
I
thought into
wrote
it.
the lyrics. The lyrics for that were some of the best
they're
lyrics
fire.
I've ever written.
Yeah.
Because Final Scene is singing from the perspective of an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a concept of basically living the same life and not knowing what your purpose was. So you wrote the same thing over and over again, and you played the same part over and over again because
Yeah.
you're just like stuck in a rut. Like I think that's the lyric in the chorus, and then like at the end it's like a monologue for no one to hear. My time has come. There's nothing to fear, or whatever it was. Whatever.
Don't even know the words.
Corny ass shit I wrote. But basically, monologue part 2 was the full monologue from the song Final Scene, which was essentially a suicide note.
Layers.
But my favourite thing about it is there was never a monologue part 1.
No.
I was actually talking about this like yesterday or today. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's one of my favourite things I've ever done. Being like,
Edgy.
here's part 2.
Mysterious.
Not part 1. It's like the Aquabats, the first album, Return of the Aquabats, that they never had.
They will never be a part 1.
Never.
Never will be a part
Never.
1.
No, that was cool. I enjoyed that part of it. I think it was. It used to be fun to write stuff, but I hold my hands up and say I've kind of fallen out of love with it quite a lot lately.
Yeah.
writing lyrics at least. I just struggle with it, I think, now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing's really happened that I can talk about, you know. And then if I do try to talk about something, it seems like so like contrived and like forced.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, meh, whatever. I'd rather just order a Big Mac than write these fucking lyrics. I've been thinking about Big Macs all fucking day.
Why?
Because I really love Big Macs.
Nah.
Big Macs are dope.
Nah. Count me out, man.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do a Big Mac. I've never liked a Big Mac.
Big Mac for me is the pinnacle of burger. Every other kind of burger is trying to be a Big Mac.
What?
Tell me another burger. Tell me another burger.
I made one last night and it was so much more fire than a Big Mac.
Oh, really? I've never heard of that. You ever heard of a Big Mac? Yes, you have.
Of course I have.
Exactly. Biggest burger in the world.
Doesn't
Best
mean it's
burger
good.
ever. Yeah.
You can die on that hill.
I will die on that hill. And I'm quite happy about it. So I've done two things in my life. Two things in my 20s, at least. What else have I done, man? Like,
I don't know why.
come on, tell me.
How the fuck am I supposed to know? What do you think? Like, again, doesn't need to be pure major. Just something that you're just like, oh man, I'm so fucking glad I did that, or I'm so like never saw myself doing that and I did it, or just something that you feel like you can actually be like proud of. It doesn't need to be tangible.
Like more recently, like I went through a pretty big transition in life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I went from being like part of a couple and being known as part of a couple to knowing myself as just me. You know, like you even said it to someone the other day. I think it was Ashley Blanket last week when you were like, I'm going through that I don't give a fuck phase, which is very, very true. I am absolutely going through that I don't give a fuck phase, which is quite nice. Like, but I had to find it, you know, because I give a fuck. I still give a fuck, big time. But I'm trying to give less fucks because I think it feels like an easier way to live my life. I'm kind of tackling everything as it happens rather than letting it build up, because I was good at that, and then just having like a big fucking sad blowout, ordering like a Big Mac every night of the week. Like, and now I don't do that. I just crave them every night of the week instead. Honestly, it's
just think about them.
Bad. Like, see, 'cause I live around the corner from McDonald's now as well. I'm like,
I could just walk.
I could walk to McDonald's and back, sit on my sofa with the Big Mac before the kettle boils. Like, it's that close. It's insane. I've not even been then. I've not been. I've had it delivered because I'm lazy. But like, I paid $3.99 delivery just so I could stay in the house.
Just so you can sit
I was
on your
hungover
couch.
both times. Like, that's fine. Yeah, so I tried to just not really care. I still care. Because it's the human condition, and it just stuck with it.
But the transition, I think, is a lot more than just you trying to not care as much.
No,
because
I changed my life. Really,
I think there's a part of you, or a big part of you, that at least I see, that actually cares more. Because you have now found yourself in a place where you actually care about your well-being, and you care about yourself internally a lot more than you ever did. You are very guilty for caring about how people see you,
absolutely,
all the time. But you were also very guilty of then not looking the other way around.
No.
Of how do you look at yourself?
Yeah, because I didn't care. I hated myself for a very long time. And now I don't hate myself as much. I still have days where I'm just like, fuck this guy. Like, he is. I used to have like, I still do have like daily staring contests with myself. Like, just in the mirror when I'm starting my day, I'm just like, shut up. Whatever you're going to say, it's already annoyed me. You know, that was who I was. And like, it used to be quite aggressive. Like in the mornings, like, there was a long time where I was just waking up, looking in the mirror and going, ugh, you again. Yeah. You know, because didn't like that guy.
Yeah.
But there was a mirror everywhere in my house, so I was like, oh God, just gonna have to look at this cunt and just deal with it.
Just put up it.
And like, obviously, there's mirrors in my house now, but like, I walk by them and I go, "It's alright. It's not bad."
Yeah.
You know, the conversations with myself in the mirror are not as intense anymore.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it was just like, it used to be just like, get through the day and don't fuck this up. You'll be okay. You know? And if you fuck it up, it's on you. But now I'm just like, alright.
That's what it is. So what were the intense conversations actually about? Was it like...
Oh, like serious self-loathing. Like,
yeah.
About how much I actually did not like myself. And I'd just stand and I'd stare and I'd look at every little blemish and like, obviously I've got like this birthmark in my face. I'm like, fucking stupid, you know, like, it's not something I actually care about as my birthmark. I've had it my entire life.
Yeah.
When I was at school, kids were mean because kids are mean, but like, I was just, it was whatever. But like, there was a long period where it just annoyed me because I was like, it was another thing.
Yeah.
You know, it was another mark off the perfection like list. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'll never be truly perfect because of this stupid thing. And I was just like, every little thing that I didn't like, I would just stare at it. I would just like point it out. I'd make a real kind of effort to just not like it even more because apparently that made things better. You know, like instead of like doing something about myself, I would just not and just hate myself.
You
more.
would just go like further.
Yeah, I just
deeper
hope that
inside.
fixed it, but obviously that's not how life works.
No,
you know, you've got to actually do things.
Yeah. I think like there definitely needs to come a point where you. I mean, like I know I can come across as quite a confident person and like not really give too much of a shit, but like I had to work on that for a long time.
Oh, absolutely, and I know that about you. You know, like I know I always like make the same joke about like you fucking show up wearing pink dungarees and like a Converse or whatever and an orange hat, like and they're like, you don't give a fuck, and I'm like, but you do because you made that conscious choice to put all those things on. Yeah, you know, like everyone's got a process, and it's a very human thing, and I think for a long time I didn't want to be human. I wanted to be better than that. You know, like there's a Morrissey lyric, right? Oh. And like I know he's a bad cunt. But like
the worst.
And it's not even the full lyric because the full lyric is trash and it makes me so angry. But like he's got a song.
So you're paraphrasing.
He's got a song on World Peace is none of my business. I'm none of your business, whatever it is. The song's called I'm Not a Man.
I hate it.
The song's called I'm Not a Man. And like the lyric is I am not a man. I'm something much bigger and better than. Right. And I've always loved that lyric. The next lyric is I'm not a man, I'm something much bigger and better than because I'd never harm or eat an animal. Like, and it just makes me annoyed. Or something to that like that idea. But the idea of not being a man, being something bigger and better than, because the song is kind of about being sensitive, you know, like, and obviously that his like veganism and like activism with all that kind of stuff ties into his personality because it's always been part of his personality. Yeah. So he's seen himself as a better being because of all these things, and you know, people who don't eat meat, they're not better than anyone, but they are making a conscious choice to try and make everything better in the world for them and for other people and for animals, you know. Cool, whatever. But that lyric of I'm not a man, I'm something much bigger and better than, always kind of stuck with me because it was like I've had real moments where I've been like, God, I'm not a manly man, you know, like I don't like out yesterday with a friend and she had to buy light bulbs for the first time, like herself, like, and she's never really known what to do, and I was like, I don't fucking know what kind of light bulbs I need. Like, I have no idea. Like,
if I need to get a light bulb, I take the light bulb out and take that with me.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck, what is it? Like, I don't even know like what wattage and shit to buy. You know, I don't know anything about like that. You know, like, if I ever like when I was doing stuff in the house, as much as I'm kind of handy, my dad's better.
Yeah.
at all of these things. Like, and I'd phone him.
Yeah.
And he'd come around and he'd help. Like,
Yeah.
he's just amazing, and I appreciate it, you know. But like little things like that, I've never seen myself as like the archetypal man, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sensitive. I'm very in touch with my feelings. I don't know. I'm not fucking 6 foot whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big and burly and built at the side of a house. Like, I've never really cared about that. I'm not exactly the laddiest of lads. I'm not massively into football. I'm into football.
Yeah.
I love watching the football. I love getting like emotional about the football.
You love betting on the football.
I love betting on the football, and that's a big reason why I enjoy football so much now.
Yeah.
Is because I can gamble on it, and I do love gambling. Like, I do.
That's a manly thing, right?
Is it?
I have no idea.
No, it's not. Like,
I'm just guessing.
look, I started a podcast, my best pal, to talk shite about my feelings. You know, like, historically not a manly thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, I've never really been that, but I've always been okay with that.
Yeah.
Not that I've not seen myself better than a man, but I've always seen myself as I am a male human being.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more to me than the dictionary definition of man, I guess. You know, like, which means nothing nowadays anyway. Cause
or at least
we're all fucking messed up. You know, like,
the version of man that we grew up around.
Yeah, the version of man that was like pushed at us. You know, I've never been that kind of person. So that lyric always really made me think, that's okay. I'm cool with what I am. You know, but yeah, I think I really struggled to look in the mirror and look at that and sometimes be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays I feel better about it because I've been doing things to make my life better. Going to the gym, eating healthier, being again more open with my feelings and trying to communicate that rather than just bottling it up.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it's nice. Going to the gym's been good. I don't have wee hairdresser hands anymore. There's fucking calluses on those hands. You know? Like,
those hands are ready for hunting as well.
ready for hunting. I'm gonna rip an animal apart with my bare hands and say sorry to it and never do anything to it. You know, like I wrote a poem because that's me.
Yeah, that's what you do.
A while ago.
Yeah.
And it was called Never Like My Hands. Like, it's not finished, but like it's one that's in the drafts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've been meaning to like do it in a while. Never like my hands. I always wish they were bigger. I wanted to work a job that withered and cracked them. I wanted them to feel rough to the touch, like a real man's hands, I suppose. Not that I ever claimed to be a real man. I'm soft and gentle, just like my hands. Like, and it was just like a dumb thing, you know, like.
Yeah.
But I've always been like that, you know,
Yeah.
and like now, stupid as it is, look at my hands and go, all right, we're getting there. I'm starting to be that big burly character of a man.
Yeah.
I'm not, but at least to the outside, I look like a cut down version of that because I'm fucking small fry.
But what it actually is you're allowing yourself the time and the space to explore all of you rather than just because everything that you've just said there, great, like that's obviously amazing. That's like how the way you feel and how the way you will look at yourself. As much as it can be tough some days, there are days where you do feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And those are the days that we all fucking live for. Like, I know I feel the same. But like you just said there, I'm not the manly man. That's not who I am. Are you then saying that to yourself? Are you then stopping yourself from doing the things that you would perceive as the manly man thing to do? So you now going to the gym and getting the callus thing, you're not changing an aspect of who you are. You're just exploring that side of who you could be. Because like we were having this conversation earlier on. I obviously talked about something completely different, but you said the words, life isn't black and white.
No.
It is not black and white. It doesn't matter.
No.
You're never going to fit into a category because none of us fit into a category.
No, and life is black and white is not black and white, is something that I've touted for a while.
Yeah.
But it's a new discovery still, you know, like it's because life isn't black and white. You don't know what's going on.
No.
And I think that's kind of it's been something that's kept me where I need to be, because I can just say that phrase and go, oh well, I'm meant to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm meant to be at this part of my life now.
Mm-hmm.
Because life isn't black and white. If it was a totally like laid out plan of you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, like, which a lot of people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd beat myself up even more because I know I wasn't at that stage,
Yep.
and I wasn't at any of those stages. Like,
Yep.
you know, like I moved out of my parents' house this year,
Yeah.
in my 28th year of being on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of my friends, yourself included, who have
Mhm.
moved out 10 years by now. You know, like, and that's fine. But life isn't black and white.
Exactly.
So I stuck it around. I stayed in my mum and dad's house for as long as I could, because in my mind it made more sense.
Made sense.
Because I knew I wanted to buy a place. I knew that I wanted to, you know, save up some money. As much as I didn't really save up that money other
Yeah.
than like to buy the house. But yeah, life isn't black and white, and I think that was when I started having that mantra of it's fine, like, which I know you hate, but it is fine, because life isn't black and white.
Mhm.
It's like where it has always been. It's fine is what I used to say, because I just had to get on through it. But like,
Yeah.
I still say it's fine, and I know it winds you up, but it's fine because I know.
in in the certain context.
Yeah, but like now it makes more sense in my head.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine because it's fine. Like there's no other way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going to happen. Things aren't going to happen. But the things that I am proud of, I've made happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number 3, right? Keep myself on track, kind of. So 4. I was trying to think of one as I was going through all that.
Uh-huh.
I just don't have one. I really don't. Like, small time thing, going to the gym for the first time ever. Very, very, very recent.
Going to a proper
Going to a proper gym
commercial
with like
gym.
actual people, like people that know what they're doing, and I have no idea, but I'm just figuring it out.
Yeah.
And that is quite an important thing, and obviously ties into the last one, me looking after myself and
Yes.
being a better version of the person I was.
Yes.
So that's quite cool.
Yeah, that's quite a big step.
It is a big step.
Especially like because when you've went to the gym before, it has literally just been like essentially your back garden.
Yeah, like I went to my dad's work, it had a wee gym in it.
Yeah.
He had the keys. I went in when it was closed.
Yeah.
Dynamite. Like, but I knew I was going to very quickly outgrow that place.
Yeah.
You know, and because it is a community centre and everything, it's donated. It's the equipment's not the best.
Yeah.
It does the job
Yeah.
for like what you're looking to do.
Yeah.
But there was no real chance for progression if I wanted just to maintain the what I was doing.
Aye.
Dynamite, you know, but I don't. I want to get stronger. I want to be stronger. I want to do more things. So now I have to be at a place that they have actual things.
Yeah.
So
Like
with
actual equipment.
actual equipment that a massive company is paid for, not
Yeah.
donations.
Yeah.
And you know what? Those donations are great.
Absolutely.
They have done so much for that wee centre.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So going to a commercial gym was a big thing. It was a real mental block. 5 in my 20s. God. What have I done in my 20s?
I don't know, man.
You've been there for most of them.
I've been there for all of them.
You've been there for all of my 20s. I can't think of the last thing. Like, I really can't. Like, I don't know. I was creative. I wrote a lot.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I did nothing with it. I still wrote a lot.
Yeah, that's another big thing that I always like to pick apart. Is like, shouldn't be doing things for putting them out and for other people.
No, I know, but
know,
I've
like,
always I wanted to release a book. That was like the big thing that I wanted to do. Like,
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
through lockdown last year. So I wrote so much through like the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote loads, and I just wanted to put it out
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, I think it'd be a pretty cool thing just to look at an actual thing and be like, I did that.
That's my work.
You know, like I know you're saying like we don't need to put these things out, but we've been a band for 10 years. Like the whole point of us being in a band was to be creative and put it out there.
Yeah.
So for me, the payoff for being creative is the validation and gratification that you get from putting it out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I wanted to do it. And I know you say you're picking it apart and don't want to, like, that's not why you do it. But for me, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always part of the journey of being a better person. Like, if it isn't received well, why was it not received well? What can I change? What can I do? Like, it's all about trying to grow as a person. But also, I might just put it out and people are like, that's fucking dynamite. And I'm like, I don't know. That's cool. You'll get that's kind of what I want sometimes. I want people to tell me I'm cool, you know? Because we all do. Like,
you're cool.
Thanks, man. As much as, like, I want other people to say it. Like,
yeah, you don't want it from me. I know. I know.
not you.
I tell you too much.
As much as I try my best to not care, we all care.
Yeah.
We'll never get away for that.
Yeah.
So I would like to put out a book, and that is something that I will do still, because I've written it all down now, and there's pages, like 60 pages.
Maybe that could be number 5.
That could be number 5. Number 5, I am most proud of the fact that I will bring out a book. Perfect. Ideal. Rounded up. That's pretty good.
Yeah, man.
I hated it, but it was pretty good.
You opened up.
I don't like this.
I feel like we haven't dug deep into your
haven't done
psyche
this in a
for
while.
weeks.
Because you did joke that like you only started this podcast just to like break me down
Yeah.
and like become my psychiatrist.
Yeah. It's been a while since we did something like this, so I thought it was nice to bring it back for an episode.
28 episodes.
This is episode 28, by the way.
I'm pretty proud of that, to be fair.
That is probably
I
a good
didn't
one.
think we'd make it this far. Like,
You say
if
that
I'm-
every fucking episode.
No, I know, but I didn't think we would make it this far because I know us. I know us. I know me more than I know you.
Yeah.
But I knew that, that there was always the possibility that we would just pie it.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I think we genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah, we've definitely. I think we've went over the hill of that part. I think the bit of like us maybe packing it in was maybe like episode like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
you
even
kind of
before then,
you
even
kinda-
like maybe like eight or 9.
you get over the hill and you're a bit like,
I think when we hit double figures, we were just like, okay, this is a thing now. Like,
Yeah.
That's cool. Like,
this is like,
and it is fun.
Yeah.
You know. And I don't know why I just thought we wouldn't do it. Like, I know we can be lazy.
there is
But-
that. But
Again, we have both tried really hard over the last year to not be lazy anymore.
yeah,
So.
and there's also the thing is like, as much as I'm complaining about like, oh, I'm having to do a video and stuff, it's not a huge amount of effort. It
No.
doesn't cost us anything.
No.
We're literally like, the other thing that we benefit from it is it's actually an opportunity for the two of us to just like hang out.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Because
like-
like here on a Thursday night drinking beers and then go
Exactly,
home.
like any other time we're hanging out is with like other people.
Other people, yeah.
So this is like the opportunity for us to just fucking hang out.
Can we talk about how drunk we got on Sunday night after we did the podcast? We were supposed
It was
to.
your fault. You brought the Four Locos.
Yeah, but then I was going to Aldi, and you said, "Let's go to the pub."
You brought Four Locos into this home, and then you expected to not go to the pub afterwards.
It was a good time.
It was. I had a
We were
great
only meant
night.
to be there for like an hour, and we didn't leave till 10 o'clock.
I don't remember going home.
Do you know?
No.
I do, because we lived around the corner.
Yeah, you're fine. Did I walk home?
I think so. You said you were going to go get food. And you went and got pakora.
I did. I went and got
Yeah.
chicken pakora. I came home and Emma was watching TV and I ate it so loud.
Drunk, chowing. I don't even remember enjoying my dinner. We got Chinese food.
Yeah.
And I just remember smashing it. Like, I had an actual piled up plate, and then we just woof,
Yeah.
and then we went straight to bed.
Straight to bed. That was your downfall, because you guys were fucking rough as fucking badgers' arses on Monday, weren't you?
Yeah. I got up at maybe like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh my god, I'm so dry. And like, when I was like unwell during the week, I bought a bottle of Lucozade.
Uh-huh.
And I was like not well in bed, napping, and I put it up on like the shelf behind the bed. And I woke up at that time, and I just, what the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? I cracked it, and I just gubbed it. It was like 2 in the morning. The last thing I need is a sugary drink with caffeine in it. I was like, oh, that did nothing.
Yeah.
And I stood up, and Shannon, I was like, baby, please. And I was like, I'm getting you a glass of water. Like, so aggressive for no reason.
Like, bitch.
I was like,
Not now.
I knew as soon as she heard me moving, she was going to ask,
Can you get me water?
I was like, I'm getting you.
Through
She
gritted
didn't
teeth.
even have to finish her sentence.
Don't fucking talk to me.
Because we've been there before.
Yeah.
She woke me up in the middle of the night when we were hungover, or like we were drinking. She was like, can you get me a glass of water? And I was like,
Use your feet.
why can't you get you a glass of water?
Yeah.
You were awake. You were awake and I was sleeping, and you woke me up to get you water.
Logic. Your brain. Meat.
Make it happen. But no. That was a good time though.
It was. I mean, the dog came to the pub and everything. That dog was a hit in that pub.
You know, he always is.
Because he's such a good fucking dog.
He is. There's a big boy that works there. He's brilliant. And when we walk in, he looks at us and then he instantly looks at the ground. Like,
He's just expecting the dog.
he's expecting the dog to be there. And the dog's always there because the dog
Because it's the dog.
hates the pub, but loves.
Does he?
Yes, he doesn't.
He
Like all the loud
didn't. He
noises.
didn't sit down the
Nah.
entire time we were there.
Too many loud noises. Too many people moving about.
Yeah.
It's just not his vibe.
Ah.
Just fair enough.
It was only for a couple hours. I don't fucking know. I don't remember leaving.
We were there quite a while. It was dark when we left, and it wasn't dark when we got there.
Right. We do the
The one and only segment.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Right, you're first
You
again.
know what? I think I might just leave that poem there. I quite like that, just ending just like my hands. Sometimes that needs to happen. Sometimes you need to read it out loud to other people.
See, when you said it,
Yeah.
it felt very full circle when you finished.
Yeah.
Because of the way it opens and then the way it closes. And it
Yeah.
exposes a lot about how you feel about
Oh, I
yourself,
like
but
that.
then
Do
it
you know what
all
I'm gonna
ties
do?
it back up.
I'm going to move it into the book folder. Done. There's 87 poems in there.
Ah, yeah, dude, just fucking print it, man.
That's wild, eh? Right. So, the playlist. I went down memory lane today,
Yarp.
and it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, I think that was the kind of... I wasn't planning on doing that,
No,
but
no.
then I looked at it and I was like, yo, that is a fucking good idea. Let's just go down and like revisit big high school bangers.
Yeah. I mean, the first one that's there. Franz Ferdinand. Do you want to? Banger.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that album coming out like just as I kind of started secondary school,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to love it. I'd listen to it most days. I'm pretty sure I had it on CD. It was
It was huge.
yeah,
So,
and they were
mean,
like local boys.
and yeah, I feel like it was huge in Scotland, at least.
yeah.
I reckon that we were pretty big in the UK as a whole, right?
They were pretty big all over the world.
Oh, really? I don't fucking know.
Franz Ferdinand, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I used to cut the hair of the drummer of Franz Ferdinand, Paul. He's a very nice human being. It was actually his birthday yesterday.
Oh, really? Oh! He heard you talking shit.
Yeah, we have the same birthday. That's pretty cool.
Happy birthday, Paul.
You don't come see me anymore.
Son of a bitch.
Nah, he's a busy human being. It's fine.
He's in a band.
I remember when he first came into the shop, he looked a bit dishevelled.
Right, okay.
And I didn't recognise him right away,
right.
you know. And he sat down in the chair, he had a shaved head, and I was like, so what are we doing? He was like, oh, I used to have really long hair.
Right.
but I just shaved it all off. And I was like, oh, when did you shave it off? He's like, oh, last night. I was like, last night? He's like, yeah, I got back in from work and I just decided to shave it all off. I thought, straight up, thought he was a junkie. None of the clothes he was wearing like fitted him or anything like that. He was like I say, he just looked fucking knackered.
Right.
So knackered. And and I was just chatting away to him. I was like, oh, so what is it you do for work, man? He was like, he said something about travelling. And I was like, oh, cool, when were you travelling, like, for work? And he was like, oh, I just got back from Brazil last night. I was like, oh, so you just got back from Brazil and shaved your head? He's like, yeah, I used to have hair down to my shoulders, and I couldn't be arsed with it anymore, so I just shaved it off. And I was like, oh, so you're in South America, and I think you're a junkie. It's all making sense here. And he was like, getting a shipment. And I was like, oh, what are you doing? What do you do for work? He was like, I play in a band. And I was like, playing a band? Playing in Brazil? It's pretty cool. What band you playing, man? He was like, I play Franz Ferdinand. And I was like, shut up. Like, but then I properly looked at him and I was like, no, you are. Because he's got that big rose tattoo on his neck. It says
Right.
Shirley in it.
Right, okay.
And like, I recognised him instantly. I was like, no way. So he'd let me do the thing where you talk about the band for a while.
That's pretty sick.
And I was basically just being like, I loved your band when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, it's pretty cool to hear, because most people just tell me that their dad liked the band. And I was like, my dad did like the band.
My dad really likes Franz Ferdinand.
I also liked the band. You know, I thought it was really cool. And he was such a nice guy. He used to come in like twice a week sometimes.
Right?
Like,
Fucking hell.
I was minted, so it's fine.
I know, but for a haircut.
He was a big...
You don't even get your hair cut twice a week.
I would if Richie would do it. But
Richie.
he was really fucking nice, and it made me I went down like a real Franz Ferdinand hole after that for a long time, because I was like, this is cool.
It's like the opposite of the thing where they always say, like, never meet your heroes.
Yeah, like, he was actually really nice, and because he was never really a hero, like, he was never somebody that I like properly looked up to.
Yeah.
He was just like someone I knew the music of for a long time.
Yeah.
It was cool. He was cool. But the next song is a out and out screamer.
So good.
Flux by Block Party. I was really umming and ahhing with like what Block Party song I was going to put on, because I really wanted to put a Block Party song on.
Yeah.
I wanted to put like Eating Glass.
Uh-huh.
Because it was on FIFA.
It was on FIFA. Was it fucking 07?
Something like that. Round about the time this album came out. So, whenever that album came out, that one. But then I just remembered, like, this song for me was just so different from anything else that they'd done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And I think it just really, it struck a nerve, you know?
Yeah, like it resonated.
Yeah, I just remembered that, like, I think of Block Party, I think of this song.
Mm-hmm.
There's another song of theirs that I think of, and I can't think. It's called, it was on, like, one of the newer albums, and it was not a good song by any stretch of the imagination. The Love Within.
Right.
And it has, like, this, like, weird, like, synth thing going on.
Uh-huh.
But then, like, one of the notes, they, like, pitch shift it.
Right.
And it sounds minging. It sounds so bad. It makes no sense. The verse and the chorus to the song are stonking. So good. And then it gets to this like one bit and I'm like, what? You need to listen to it later. It's so weird, man.
Right, okay.
And I put the Racing Rats by Editors. Everyone loves their first album. You know, the one with like Munich and all that on it.
Yeah.
But this album for me was amazing. End Has a Start. Like, Racing Rats was like...
Well, I don't even think that's the album I know. What's the album I know? The next album after An End Has a Start is the album I know. In This Light and On This Evening.
Right, okay.
I
well,
really like that album.
I didn't listen to anything other than the first two.
Right, okay.
Like, End Has a Start happened when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
The girl that I was seeing at the time was like super into like indie bands. Basically, all of these bands, but this music has carried me through my life.
Yeah.
You know, like I've always kind of went back to it, like, and just listened to all these old albums that I love, like End of the Start, like
It's nostalgia.
Smokers Outside the Hospital Doors is such a good song.
Mm-hmm.
And because they were really piano heavy, I just thought they were really cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was literally no other reason for it than I just thought they were cool. I'm pretty sure the singer and the drummer from Razorlight did the singer from Editors and the drummer from Razorlight did a Christmas album together a couple of years ago.
Of course they did.
Which sounds like it could be hot trash, but I'm also kind of into it.
We'll just swap that out this Christmas.
Farewell to the Fairground by White Lies was a song that I feel like wasn't a massive... It had a moment in time and then dipped off, and no one ever spoke about White Lies ever again.
I don't think I've ever even heard of White Lies.
This song is huge. I remember it being played on every advert. I remember it being played on every music station all the time. They were just young boys at the time.
I mean, it does have 27 million streams.
Yeah.
On Spotify.
The guy's voice is amazing. Really deep. Sings with he's Britishy kind of accent. It's great.
I've probably heard it, and I just
probably
didn't know.
have. And then the last one is All Right by the Subways. I used to fancy the bass player from the Subways so much.
Who didn't?
I know. And then my love affair with the Subways started up again during the Euros.
Right.
Because they were, I think it was for High Sense Tellies.
Uh-huh.
It was like the music was because they were sponsoring the Euros.
Uh-huh.
Every time it went to an ad break, it was the High Sense advert,
uh-huh.
and they had Rock and Roll Queen play over the top of it.
Yeah.
And I just like, who the fuck sings this song? And it clicked one day. I was just like, the fucking Subways. And I just went back and listened. I remember All Right was an absolute banger. Girls and Boys was another one that was so good. Oh man,
there was one song that I really fucking liked by them, and I cannot remember what it is. Is it that one, We Don't Need Money?
They were one of these bands that kind of had the big hits, but then when you really looked... Sorry, they've brought out a new single? No.
Just called Fight.
I'm not going to listen to that. I don't want my memory to be like ruined. Holiday was another great song of theirs. I just remember the first three bands that you see on their related artists sums it up.
Let me go.
You've got Dirty Pretty Things, who was the cunt from the Libertines. What's his face? Carl. What's his chops? The other one that's not Pete Doherty. You've got the Pigeon Detectives.
Oh, Pigeon Detectives! I love Pigeon Detectives.
We Are Scientists. You know? But then you've got Hives. Maximal Park, The Vines. The Vines,
though. Get Free.
Get Free.
Wow.
I wanna get free.
That was on. Speaking of VHSs, I had a Kerrang VHS that had that. It had a song by Silver Sun. It had a Slipknot music video on it. And I think it might have... Oh, what the fuck was that? There was one other song on it. Was it fucking... I'm not a Hoobastank? Was it Hoobastank? I think it was Hoobastank.
The Reason. No.
And I straight up banged through that VHS constantly.
Wow.
Anyway, Kerrang ain't shit anymore.
No, absolutely not. But that was my little trip through memory lane, and it was a great time.
Yeah. And you did that, and then I decided I'll do something similar as well. So my first one was Two Steps Twice by Foals. I still fucking love Foals.
Me too.
Like,
I was going to put a Foals song on the playlist, but I didn't. I thought
I was going to do a thing.
No, it was because they were another one of these bands that were just there.
Yeah.
At that time, you say all these bands out loud and you start thinking of other bands, and
Yeah.
Foals is that band that was always there.
Yeah.
You know, like Balloons was going to be the song, obviously.
So good, man.
Cassius,
it was
you know.
tough for me to pick between Balloons and the one I picked. I picked Two Steps Twice, and it's just Two Step Twice is. It's not like the kind of traditional full song, but there was something
But
because
again, that album wasn't like the Foals that we now know and love. You know? Because it was super.
They played their guitars very high up
Very
and
high
played
up.
very high notes.
Yeah, it was all twiddly,
Yes.
and then they just decided, let's not do that.
Yeah. And I think it's just the way the song builds up until like the kind of the big ending that they've got.
Yeah.
I really, really fucking like that song. And I remember seeing them. I went with like a childhood friend. He lived in Neilston as well, and me and him went to see them in the Barrowlands. And like, you know what my memory's like? I'm not very good at remembering specifics of shows, but I can remember like that show like vividly
Yeah,
because it was so powerful. It was such a good show because they're just like, even watching them like live on like fucking whenever they play festivals and stuff, and they're on like BBC iPlayer and shit.
they're playing Transmit next year.
Are they really?
Aye,
They put on
them
such.
and Jimmy Eat World
Hold up.
and the Strokes.
Hold up. That is the lineup of when I went to Tea in the Park. I went to Tea in the Park in 2010. It was the same fucking lineup.
I think we're going to get tickets.
All we need to do is put Beyonce and Tom Jones on it, and it's the same fucking lineup.
Don't think that'll happen.
That was a hell of a weekend, by the way. Tea in the Park.
Paolo and the Teenies playing. It's pretty sick.
Yeah. Let's move on. The next song.
Okay.
The next song I went for is just another one kind of in the same ilk, kind of like indie stuff. Because I wasn't a huge indie head, but I really liked Bombay Bicycle Club.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the songs from their first album, Always Like This. I don't know why. There's just something about it. I'm just like, I fucking love this song.
I just think they were always kind of cool.
The like the bass line that kicks in at the start, dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, dum. It's fucking awesome. It's so
They
good.
were one of these bands that never really tried too hard.
Yeah,
I quite like that about them.
yeah,
They seemed to be on every tour for a while,
yeah.
and I thought that was kind of cool.
I think I've seen them 3 times.
I've never seen them.
Each time has been with my dad. My dad loves them. Absolutely loves them. So we've seen them. I went to Edinburgh to see them.
Nice.
I've seen them, and then I think the other 2 times I've seen them was in the O2 Academy, which fucking sucked because the O2 Academy is the
It's
worst
a
venue of all
big
time.
tin can of a venue. I remember I saw Machine Head in there. Very different band from Bombay Bicycle Club. But I remember I saw Machine Head.
Was that
in
the
there.
Machine Head and Trivium show?
It was Machine Head, Hatebreed, and someone else. I can't remember who else opened it.
Mm-mm.
But I just remember every time they played a guitar solo because it's so high pitched and tinny in there.
Yeah.
It just hurt.
It's
I also remember turning around and Jamie Jasta from Hatebreed was just like standing next to me. I was like,
obviously wearing fucking shorts that are far too big for him.
oh yeah, like he was wearing like 3/4 lengths, like
Natch.
long shorts. Short longs. who
Makes
knows?
me mad.
They
The
were,
one that always makes me fucking furious is I saw Every Time I Die in O2 Academy, and it fucking sucked. You know how much I
With,
love Every Time I Die.
Maylene and Sons of Disaster, In Flames, and Killswitch Engage.
No, it was a much shittier show than that. They were
Who?
supporting A Day to Remember.
Oh, that'd be dope, and you know it. Like
I
back
hated
then,
it. I hated it.
man, I do remember are sick. Don't
No.
even go there.
No,
They are though.
no,
But
No.
they are.
but no. Every time I've seen it, I like.
Do you know it's like 15 years since that album, like Homesick, came out or whatever?
Fuck off.
2009. It's not 15.
No.
12 years, 13 years.
Homesick. I was drinking when that album came out.
It means nothing.
I would have only been 16 in 2009.
Would you have? I'm sure that's right.
Oh, that's fucking awful.
Yeah, 2009.
I didn't remember. I fucking suck balls.
You suck balls.
Don't fucking care for them. Anytime I've seen Every Time I Die, it's been in a venue I don't care for. Thankfully, the next time I'm seeing them is in a venue that's cool. Because it's in fucking galvanizers.
Yeah,
So
that's
that was
cool.
sick. Because like I've only ever seen them in King Tut's and the Academy. Tell a lie, I've seen them in Garage. That was kind of cool. Never mind. Anyway, and then I put on "But It's Better Than You Do" by Panic at the Disco because I fucking love that song. I remember learning it on drums.
Wow.
When I was a child. So we had like my mum and dad bought me a drum kit, like a starter one, and it was in my room for like a couple of weeks. And then they put it in the garage. Because the garage had no like electricity. It had no what's the word for it? Like no way to stop rain getting in.
Right. No waterproofing.
No waterproofing.
No insulation.
No
either.
soundproofing. No nothing. It was like a shack with a garage door on the front. So that's where it was. But like because it flooded, we didn't want the drum kit sitting on the ground, so it sat on top of like wooden pallets.
Wooden pallets.
Wooden pallets. So I had to like sit my stool a certain way, so like the feet would go. So the feet
imagine if you got like too into a song, like whoa, you fall down the cracks in the wooden pallet. That's amazing.
So I remember learning "But It's Better If You Do" by Panic at the Disco in my garage, and then trying to show off to my cousin that I could play it, but he had no idea what I was playing because he couldn't hear the music as I had it in my headphones playing the fucking drums. And he's like, I don't know what you're doing, bro.
That's funny.
God, I wish I was a kid again. Next one was "Okay Time for Plan B" by Enter Shikari. We talked about Enter Shikari a couple of, was it 2 episodes ago when we were talking to Sam about it, and I was just like, I still like Enter Shikari, so I'm going to go listen to them. And I was just like, this song fucking bangs. Dun, 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 dun. This means war. Dun, 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 dun. I love that shit. It's so good. Just like swinging fucking limbs around.
I guess it was very of the time.
Yeah, and the video was fucking dope. It was just them in like an old office.
Pass.
And then it was just people like throwing each other against walls and stuff, just like moshing. And I was like fucking 15, 16 years old, wearing one of those fucking like jackets that you see the cunts from Skins wearing. It was like fucking right up to here and had so many patterns on it and shit. Do you remember the ones that was like, they looked like waterproof, but they definitely didn't keep you dry?
No.
They were like fucking Top Man jackets, man. And there was like a full fucking thing. It came up to like here and it had a hood. And they were always too fucking bright with too many shapes on them. And you would wear those in your fucking wristbands and your fucking like women's tight ass fucking blue jeans that you bought from like, Primark.
A fitted New Era cap with like the straightest, flattest bill of all time.
Either that or a fucking sweatband.
You were one of them.
I had many sweatbands.
Well, you used to be in a cool band, didn't you? So.
Who, me?
Yeah. You were in Buildings Amongst All Things.
No, I wasn't. I was never in Buildings Amongst All Things.
Yes, you were.
I joined Buildings Amongst All Things as they became the
So you were in...
No, because they were in the transition into like the worst band that came from Buildings Amongst All Things. People actually liked Buildings Amongst All Things, and then it turned into...
People like Dreams and Empires.
Who?
Me.
Remember that tweet that was at the Facebook post you sent me? Yeah. From like fucking 12 years ago? What was it? Dreams and Empires fucking rock.
No, fucking rule with 2 zeros instead of O's. Instead of U, because that's how you spell it.
And then my last one was Abandoned Ship by Gallows. Because it just fueled my like...
It is a great song.
My fake... anger at the world as a 14-year-old child, being like, I hate the world
from the Burbs.
Exactly. Like I live in a very comfortable place. I have nothing to be mad about. I'm fucking raging.
I've only seen Gallows once. It was a Slam Dunk Festival 3 years ago.
So it wasn't like Frank.
No, it was Wade McNeil.
It was Wade McNeil.
And I love that version.
Me too.
Of Gallows. But they do need to change the name because it's not Gallows.
It's a different band.
Because they came out on stage and they opened with Misery. And
nice.
Wade McNeil put on a fake Cockney accent and I was like, Gonna fucking no.
Wadey, pal. You're mates with Matty Matheson.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool. I've met him, actually. I met Wade McNeil.
Really?
I made McNeil.
Made a wheel.
I met Wade McNeil, the grovelly guy from Alex on Fire. What's his name again? George something?
Fucking George.
George St. Pierre. Can't remember his name.
Yeah. George something.
What's the guy from fucking Cancer Bats called?
Oh,
Liam something.
Aye, something else.
Because they used to play in Black Lungs together. And they were playing in King Tut's. And me and my friends were like going to see them. And we were walking down Bath Street.
Nice.
To go to like, I think they were playing the Garage or something.
Mm.
And we were just like,
that's a guy.
yo. Got like pictures of him and stuff. Like, I think I've got like a signed ticket from him and stuff. I
Class.
think I still have that somewhere.
I think any band from Canada just did it right.
Yeah, they were always very
Like,
pleasant and good.
Alex on Fire, great.
Yeah.
Cancer Bats.
Golden Tanks might be like fucking one of the best songs ever written.
I always liked Lucifer's Rocking Chair.
Yeah.
It was like, why have you written this
And
song?
then their fucking cover of Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
I
really
it's
like-
fucking awesome.
I like the song Dead Set on Living.
Yeah.
Because like Matty Matheson uses it as
Dead
a
Set on
theme, yeah, as the theme tune for that. And it took me ages to realise that it was a Cancer Bats, and then I was watching it, and in the background, so like the opening credits of Dead Set on Live is like
His like funeral.
a funeral,
Yeah.
but in the background there's like a preacher, and it's Liam from the Cancer Bats,
Oh, really?
and then the rest of the Cancer Bats are there playing their instruments. And like
Like
it took
obviously.
me so long to realise it was them, but it's such a cool song. They're a cool band. They're a band I don't listen to all that much. Like Hail Destroyer is the album I go back to all the time because I think it was the album that just resonated with me the most.
Yeah, but
because
I think that was like their big one. That was the
it
one
was
that
the
kind of
big
set them
Aye,
off, wasn't it?
aye, and
Yeah, Cancer Bats are cool as fuck.
they
They're
are
really
cool.
good.
They are really cool.
So we met them in what was the song? We're talking about Wade McNeil. I saw them play in the Cat House,
Cool.
and they were playing with a band called Baby Godzilla. I want to say,
I've heard that name before.
is it Baby Godzilla? They were
It
like
is a name.
they were like a hectic band, and everyone fucking loved it because the guitarists and shit were like on the ground, and it was just like, oh cool, Winter Gallows coming out. I want to see Wade McNeil, and I want to see the guy that writes fucking like soundtrack for horror films. Like that's what I'm here for.
He's the boy.
What's this like? And they played like bow wow down now. They like opened with that one,
It's a perfect rendition, I'm sure.
and I love that song.
Chains, is that what it's called?
No. Oh, not that one. No. But they're like, I wouldn't even call it an EP. You know that thing they brought out that had like 4 songs on it?
Or the EP they brought out with 4 songs on it.
I think I've actually got the 7-inch up there. But that was like the first thing they brought out with Wade McNeil on it.
Yeah.
And there's a song on it called True Colours, and it's like 40 seconds long. And
So cool.
it's amazing. It just starts with like a snare hit, and it just fucking goes into it, and it's madness for 40 seconds.
Because I love the Desolation sounds.
Mystic Death. That's the song I was trying to say.
Okay. I like the Desolation Sounds era of all that because it was weird.
Very strange.
It was sexy.
Yeah.
Let's just say it how it is.
Yeah.
Because it was. Like, Bonfire Season, is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
That's a cool song.
Yeah. Is that the one where it's like the weird kind of...
So cool. And then you got Leviathan Rocks, which is heavy as shit for no reason. I was like, they just... When they started Gallows in that era, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
I feel like before it was always, let's make it chaotic, let's make it hectic, because that's what people want, because Frank can just go off, smash his head on a microphone, bleed everywhere, and everyone will think it's cool. But I liked it, I loved it, thought it was great, but it never really did all that much for me. I think Grey Britain's amazing.
Yeah.
I have In the Belly of a Shark somewhere on vinyl, like a
Oh, really?
7-inch, yeah.
Wowza.
But if I'm going to stick on Gallows, I'm sticking on the Wade McNeil stuff, which is why I just wish they would change the name, make it a new band, and just do more of that stuff.
Yeah. Because it worked. Like, what they were doing worked, but nobody would back it because they're like, they either had a preconceived notion of who the band were,
exactly,
or they're just a bit like, well, it's just Gallows. I never really liked them, so why would I like them now?
Exactly.
It's like, well, very different now.
Very different band. You'd enjoy them. Right.
Okay.
Well, that was that.
Oh shit, we've talked quite a lot.
Well, next week we're going to do covers. That'll be fun.
We're gonna do we're gonna pick 5 of our favorite covers.
Yeah.
To put in the playlist, and I have picked. I know I said I've been reading too much and I've got too many in my brain. I have picked one that I want to talk about next week. So there will be a return of Dead End Conspiracies next week. Because I have one that I really want to talk about. I'm really excited about this one.
I thought you were talking about a song you're really excited about, and I was like,
no.
Cool.
Well, I'm always excited about the songs. I have 3 already. So
nice.
Look out, they're coming. Well, do all the things that we always say. Follow, like, share, subscribe. I'm not even going to say anything else. You know what to do.
Cool. Bye. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.